How you doing? This is Black Shy Guy here. Thanks again for joining me. We're gonna talk about Conor McGregor canceling a fight with Justin Poirier. Does UFC actually need Conor McGregor? Does MMA actually need the ratings to boost up with the help of Conor McGregor? I think I think UFC doesn't necessarily really need him, but Conor McGregor, despite not being needed, he always is the X factor to raise the ratings for the UFC. He just has the it factor. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. And Conor McGregor is the it factor. Whether you tune in to watch him win and kick ass, or either you tune in because you want to watch him lose and get embarrassed. And I have to admit, the last fight, to me, he got embarrassed. I mean, I don't know why he took the fight. He was away from the octagon for a little bit. I mean, more than a little bit. He was away from the octagon. And to come back and to fight Poirier, I mean, why take that fight? I mean, I think you should at least do some... I don't know. I don't know what he could have done, honestly. I don't know what he could have done. But to fight Poirier on your first comeback, he should have fought a much lesser person just to get used to the octagon again. It's really hard to come back. I mean, it's not that easy. And in any job that we do, you know, when you're away from the job and then you come back, you're not gonna be the top-notch fighter or employer that you were when you were there every day, constantly doing the same thing. So Conor McGregor, he wasn't the same. So I think that win that Poirier got, I mean, he dominated. Yes, he did dominate, but that was not Conor McGregor. That was not Conor McGregor. That was not Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was, remember that first fight with Conor McGregor and Poirier, part one? I mean, Conor McGregor was confident. He was just loose. He was about it. He was about it. You know what I mean? And that was a big fight. And Conor McGregor, I don't know what he did. I mean, he did knock him out. I mean, but the hit was kind of weird. I mean, he glazed him or something like that. And I don't know if it hit the back of his head. I don't even know if it hit his ear. I don't know what happened. I mean, Poirier went down. Conor McGregor started hammering punching him, and that was all she wrote. And that was it. I mean, Poirier really didn't put up a really good performance at all. And that fight was hyped up, but the fact that the fight ended quickly, it still was a great fight for the simple fact that everybody came to see Conor McGregor win or lose. Conor McGregor was the show. And despite the fight being short, it didn't matter. Conor McGregor was in the octagon, and that's all everybody wanted to see. You know what I mean? So in his return, it was bad. It was sloppy. He was not Conor McGregor. He wasn't loose. He wasn't, I mean, utilizing his tools at all whatsoever. Remember in that first fight, he started with a side kick right away. Signed up wide kick. You know what I mean? And he started that right away. I mean, and this second fight, it was just god awful. He was just god awful. He was bad. And it's like he was already winded. I mean, Conor McGregor's endurance was not always great when it reaches the later rounds, but this was early, and he already seemed winded, you know, and it was weird. And obviously it's because it was his first day back from being out of the octagon for a long time. So I don't think that was Conor McGregor. I give Poirier the fight. I give him the fight, but that was not Conor McGregor. And we all was hoping for this third fight. Because I really want Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has to come back to redeem himself. He has to come back. He can't leave like that. I mean, you can't leave like that. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest fighter. I'm not saying he's the best fighter, but he's a good fighter. I mean, he's entertaining, and he can't leave like that, especially if you don't want to be remembered like like someone else who left out pretty bad. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say any names, but I mean, the fight they got going here, as you can see, is for some reason Conor McGregor didn't follow through with his sizable charity donation in the aftermath of UFC 257. Prior to their rematch in January, McGregor promised to donate $500,000 to Poirier's The Good Fight Foundation. And a long story short, Conor McGregor didn't fall through with the donation. So Dustin just put it up on Twitter, you know what I mean? that Notorious didn't follow up on his donation, and basically that he was gonna follow up with the fight, etc. That he's gonna pay in full, and it went downhill. Kind of downhill, I would say, for McGregor, because it doesn't look good on him at all whatsoever. And that was a really low blow from Dustin to put it out there. But kind of attacks kind of personal too. I mean, let's not forget what he said to Khabib about Khabib's father. May Khabib's father rest in peace. We're not gonna forget about what he said about Khabib's father. So even though it was a low blow for Poirier to do that to Conor should take that. You know what I mean? Because you did a low blow too. But anyway, Conor responded after a couple of responses from Dustin. A donation, not a debt. We've been awaiting the plans for the money that never came. I do with all my old donations. Know where it's going dot for dot. Otherwise, it goes walking, as is the case with a lot of these foundations, sadly. You took the MCG of the belt, shows I was right. Hey, you know what I mean? And in all respects, everybody wants to know where their money is going. You don't want to give a large amount of money and someone or Poirier himself is pocketing the money. You want to know where that donation is going. You know what I mean? You want to know where that donation is going. So, I mean, I don't know. So, is this a ploy from Conor McGregor and Poirier, and also including the UFC, to get more ratings in their fight? Who knows? I mean, who knows? I mean, it definitely looks fake. They were called out on Twitter. I mean, I believe Dustin responded to that comment. I don't know. I forgot what he said. If you do remember what he said, put it down in the comments. I would like to know. Hit the like button if you really like the video. Also subscribe for any upcoming new videos. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sitting at my table. This is Black Shy Guy. I'm out of here. Peace.